Why do I do this to myself? Hey friends, I'm the saxophone oracle. This week I want to bring you an exercise. We're going to play our major scale in sixths. Any large interval works, but I really like the sixths. And here's why. Some of you may do this as a technical exercise, but I think the real gold in this exercise is 1, it's going to dramatically improve your tone. 2, it's going to require and correct any embouchure issues you may be having. And 3, you cannot do this exercise without fantastic air support, control, all of that. So great technique exercise, but it's going to dramatically improve your sound, your embouchure, and your breathing. So the reason I'm so excited to bring this exercise and share it with you all today is because it's something I really wish I would have learned from the get-go in my early years playing saxophone. And I wasn't hip to this. I didn't learn about this until I was well into playing. I was doing my master's degree at the time. I'd been playing for well over 10 years. And just in an off-the-cuff conversation, my teacher said, "Hey, do you ever practice your scales in sixths?" And I said, "No, not really." He's like, "Well, you should check it out. It's good for your air. It'll help intonation and everything." I said, "Sure, why not?" So I went home, I started doing it. After 2 weeks, I was like, my goodness, this is a game changer. Why hasn't anyone been drilling this into me since the very beginning, since I first started playing saxophone? So I'm really happy to show you this exercise today because I think it's going to do wonders for all of you, and hopefully I'm going to cut years of banging your head against the wall out of your lives because you're going to start doing this tomorrow. Very quickly, just so you can hear what it sounds like, this is the C major scale in sixths. Okay, so why does practicing the scale this way benefit our tone, benefit our embouchure, and benefit our breathing? Well, let's get into it. By playing our scale with a large interval like this, you cannot physically execute the exercise without properly supporting your air. So I have a video about air support, go check it out over here. But basically, quickly, briefly, we take a big air, we're filling up our abdomen. We're blowing out and everything is firm, right? Our abs are firm, our back, our sides, our butt, everything. We have to breathe this way in order to execute this exercise. So it's going to improve the breathing. Next thing, you cannot slur a large interval up and down like that, especially through the entire range of the horn, unless you have a properly set embouchure. So this is going to force you to have the relaxed, perfect, ideal saxophone embouchure just to execute the exercise. And so when you put those two things together, it cannot help but benefit and just naturally improve your sound. It's going to do it automatically. So here's the exercise, and it's really, really simple. All you need is to know how to play one major scale. As with anything I talk about, ideally, we're going to be doing this through all 12 keys. But if you know just the C major scale, you can start doing this exercise today and start reaping the benefits of air support, embouchure, sound, and everything else. So if you know your C major scale, instead of doing the scale up and down as we normally would, we'll start on the root C. We'll go up the interval of a major sixth to A. Then we're going to go to the next note in the sequence. So D is after C. We're going to go up a sixth from there to B. Then we're going to go to E. Then we're going to go to C. And we're going to continue all the way up and all the way down through the entire register of the horn. Simple as that. The exercise itself is very simple, but there are several key things I want us to be thinking about while we're doing this exercise. We have to be mindful of these things. I talk about this a lot, mindful practice, taking care of several musical problems with one exercise. As with any exercise, this should be done slowly and accurately. 2, this is super key, it has to be slurred. By slurring these large intervals, that's what forces us to use the correct breath support and set our embouchure correctly. If we start tonguing, articulating, then that's kind of helping us with it. We really want the air and the embouchure to be doing all the heavy lifting, all the work in making this sound fluid, smooth, all that. I mentioned air support, so obviously we need big air, we need to be supporting the air. We need to be doing this exercise at full volume. You don't want to be holding back. We need to be comfortable putting as much air as possible. That's what's going to enable us to make these smooth interval leaps. And finally, I know the saxophone oracle's always repeating himself, but with any exercise, we should be doing this with the metronome. I would suggest starting it at 60 beats per minute, so we're doing it slowly, accurately, working on our time, as well as the breathing, the embouchure, all of those things. And finally, we have to do this through the entire range of the saxophone, from the lowest note on the instrument to the highest and back down, because that's also going to help us set our embouchure, our breathing, and also focus on the voicing needed to get those specific notes in the entire range of the instrument. And now I'm going to demonstrate the exercise. I'm going to put the metronome at 60 beats per minute, like I was saying. We'll do C major, and then we'll do maybe another key. So now we'll do it a little bit faster. I'm going to keep the metronome at 60 beats per minute. I'll do it in eighth notes. We'll try E flat major scale. So there you have it. It's a super simple exercise, but what a workout. It is super physically demanding. It takes so much focus, air, sound, evenness, all these things. It's just a magical exercise to improve our all-around saxophone playing. I'm the Saxophone Oracle. That's what I wanted to talk about this week, playing our scales in major sixths, large intervals. I think it's fantastic for all of us. I hope, as always, you found the information useful, helpful. Questions or comments, please drop them below. Send me an email. I'd love to address them in any future videos. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I wish you a great week. Happy practicing. Bye for now.